my Valorant fans, what is up? Welcome back to the Valorant Report on IHOLDSHIFT. This is your go-to spot for competitive Valorant esports recaps, highlights, news, everything else you want. And we had our final day of the FaZe Invitational, part of the North American Ignition series, where only 3 teams remained. After TSM was able to put down Sentinels yesterday in the winners finals, they had a matchup versus the Immortals, a team that was looking very clean throughout the group stage and showcased that they very well had more power than most of the other teams that were around them. Definitely established them as a top 4 squad, at least with their win big time over Gen G yesterday. So would they be able to carry into the Sunday the same momentum, the same polish versus the Sentinels in the losers finals? We would very quickly realize that the Immortals would not go down without a fight. We had bind for map number 1, in which it would be the Sentinels on defense first, and even though the Immortals were building some momentum, that would be immediately halted as 5 rounds straight came through for the Sentinels defensively. They would turn that into their attacking pistol and follow-up round, and you thought for sure that Sentinels were going to put things away. It would be no problem. It would be an easy map number 1 win. But then Immortals, they bounced back with 5 in a row, and you thought, okay, hold your horses. But then Sentinels, they're able to get themselves back on their economy. They win the last 3 straight. Dapper goes 22-11 with 5 assists for the win. Map number 1 on bind. Going to split for the second. Sentinels, one of the best split teams in the game, and they showcased exactly why, as they took 9 rounds on the attacking half. It's just one of those things, you cannot allow Sentinels to have that much space offensively. They would then turn the first 3 rounds defensively in their favor. Immortals, no chance to come into this one. A 13-5. Sinatra, the big breadwinner, he would go 20, 12, and 8. Dapper again, though, so big with the Sentinel play that he was able to do on the Cypher. 17, 10, and 3 for him again. Massive plays. So Immortals will fall. They finish 3rd. Sentinels, rematch versus TSM. Coming out of the winner's bracket, Team Solo Mid would be given a 1-map advantage in this best of 5. So we had the potential of seeing all 4 maps. And the good news for TSM, at least you thought, was that they were playing on Haven first. And it looked good for the starters. 5 out of the first 6 rounds would go TSM's way. But wait, Sentinels, they would be able to find not just 6 rounds in a row to close out the defensive half. They would open up with 4 more rounds in a row on their attacking half. The cushion would become too much for TSM to fully bring back. Sentinels, able to surprise TSM 13-8 on their map pick. Shazam, the big winner here, as he would find 20 kills, able to essentially outplay Wardell in the Jet v Jet matchup. Wardell held to just 11 kills on the map. Going to split for map number 2. This is one of Sentinel's best map, and it would look very good for TSM early, as they defensively would take 8 rounds, and you thought for a second that TSM was about to run away with this matchup. Sentinels would battle back nicely, but there would not quite be enough in the tank to make the full comeback occur. TSM with the clutch up in round number 24 for a 13-11 win. And we're seeing that it's not just the Wardell show consistently from TSM. This time it's Hayes, the Battle Sage, 24 total kills for him. Sabrosa also helping get things done on the brim with almost an even 19 and 20 kill death ratio, but holding on to 8 assists. So TSM able to take the map count back into their favor. We'd go to Ascent. Map that TSM's not bad at whatsoever, and it would be, I believe, their pick coming into it, but it was all Sentinels in the first defending half as they would take 8 rounds. TSM able to, very fortunately, I would say, sneak away 3 of the last 4 before the half, and then win the first 3 rounds defensively, but that's all they would get. The attacking side for Sentinels on Ascent is just absolutely incredible. They win 5 in a row to close things out 13-7, and this is one of those maps where Wardell was getting the job done. He was finding multi-kill after multi-kill after multi-kill, but the problem was they were kills that were not leading to successful, especially defensive retakes when they were playing up against the Sentinels, who just had a more controlling power. This is also a Sentinels team that went with the breach for this map, and Shazam was able to find 23 kills on it. That's always good news when you're able to find that kind of a value in the double flash comp that they were pulling. So we would get to map number 5. 2-2 the map count. Bind is where we would go, and a very back and forth first half. TSM would find themselves in the favor 7-5 after they started off on the defending side, but Sentinels would look absolutely lights out defensively. They would take 7 of the first 8. They need 1 more round to close, and TSM would not go quietly into that good night. They win 4 rounds in a row to send us to an overtime. And in clutch fashion, TSM would win not just the first, but they would also clutch up the second with numbers against them. TSM take map number 5, 14-12. Drone, 23-13. Wardell also allowed to break the 23 kill threshold. And well, there wasn't enough presence overall from Sentinels, especially when you saw them trying to close things out. They're not being able to close out a couple of what were, I won't say they threw, but there were moments where they definitely should have been a little bit easier time closing things out. So a little bit of a crumble, we'll say that, not necessarily a throw, and Sentinels fall as TSM will regain the throne in North America, which leads me to my next point. Coming up next, I will be doing an immediate power rankings video in the North American region on Monday. I am having a little bit of a tough time looking through it to decide how I'm going to be able to do teams like 9 through 12, so I might just do a top 8. But let me know in the comments down below what you want. A disclaimer, I will not be using teams that have only played one weekend, so teams like FaZe Clan would not be in there. Teams like Bloom, China Win, we won't necessarily use them, but let me know what you guys think down below. Should I continue to do that, or should I use everybody just based on the one weekend that we were able to see? Let me know what you guys think. Otherwise, I'll just do a top 8. Until the next video, though, hope you guys out there enjoyed the weekend, and hope beyond that you keep holding it down. Later. Bye-bye.